one unbreakable shield against the coming darkness, one last blade forged in defiance of fate. Let them be my legacy to the galaxy I conquered, and my final gift to the species I failed.
The Grey Knights epitomize purity and determination in the bleakness of the distant future. Known also as the revered Chapter 666, though officially a part of the Adeptus Astartes, they operate as the forefront of the Inquisition, specifically the Ordo Malleus. They wield both martial prowess and psychic might in their ceaseless battle against the forces of chaos. To join the Grey Knights is to endure a grueling odyssey, a trial of agony and sacrifice that few can withstand. Yet those who survive emerge as honed instruments of war, their minds and bodies fortified to withstand the darkest of horrors. Their training, rigorous and relentless, molds them into an unparalleled force, each warrior a bastion of righteousness encased in the revered silver ceramite of their armor. Against the entities of the warp, the Grey Knights plunge into the very abyss from which their foes arise. Masters of forbidden psychic arts, they harness the warp's power against its own twisted progeny. Each Grey Knight is a formidable psyker, their minds ignited with the flames of righteousness, their psychic aura antithetical to the demonic legions they confront. Protected by the sanctified wards of the Aegis, the Grey Knights advance, their resolute determination a guiding light amid encroaching darkness. Theirs is a campaign of absolute purity, an unyielding pursuit of triumph over the insidious corruption of chaos. Even in the face of temptation and despair, not a single Grey Knight has faltered, their allegiance to the Imperium unyielding and untainted. Beyond the battleground, the Grey Knights remain enshrouded in secrecy, their existence known solely to the highest echelons of the Inquisition and a select few chapter masters. To outsiders, they are whispers and legends, a myth forged in the crucible of warfare. In their unadorned armor, the Grey Knights stand as living symbols of purity, their silver-grey ceramite a testament to their unwavering commitment to the Emperor's divine cause. They are the first and last bastion against encroaching shadows, the stalwart guardians of humanity's essence in a galaxy consumed by darkness. Today, we delve into the discussion of the most potent and steadfastly loyal Space Marine chapter of all. Much of the history of the Grey Knights is shrouded in mystery and secrecy, with many records purposefully expunged from the Imperial archives. According to legend, the origins of the Grey Knights trace back to the twilight of the Horus Heresy. Foreseeing the immense personal cost he would incur in the final battle, the Emperor devised a plan to protect humanity from the threat of chaos and its demons in his absence. To this end, he entrusted his most loyal servant, Malcador the Sigillite, with the task of finding individuals worthy of bearing this sacred burden. Malcador embarked on a quest across the Imperium, seeking out 12 champions. 4 of these were lords and administrators, while the remaining 8 were space marines drawn from both loyalist and traitor legions. Among these were notable figures such as Nathaniel Garrow, Amandera Kendall, Lemuel Gauman, and Kirill Sinderman, survivors of the Eisenstein incident. Others who joined their ranks included Tylos Rubio, Mesa Varan, Janus, Epimetheus, Chiron, and Garviel Loken. Many of these space marines hailed from legions that had turned traitor, but they themselves had remained steadfastly loyal to the Emperor. However, not all of these knights-errant would go on to become Grey Knights. Shortly before the Siege of Terra, Malcador assembled the original Grey Knights. Their true identities were obscured, but history remembers them as Janus, Epimetheus, Chiron, Koios, Ogun, Iapto, Jotun, and Satre. With the Emperor's blessing, these chosen warriors set out on separate missions. the Four Lords to lay the foundations of the Inquisition, and the Space Marines, along with Malcador to Saturn's moon, Titan. Through Malcador's arcane arts, Titan had been hidden from the cataclysmic events of the Horus Heresy. Upon their arrival, they discovered a fully prepared fortress monastery stocked with supplies of gene seed, believed to have been sourced from the Emperor himself, and all the necessary armaments for creating a new army of Space Marines. The fortress was already populated with countless recruits from across the galaxy, some raw and untrained, others secretly selected from loyalist legions. This new force would form a chapter, a more cohesive and smaller brotherhood compared to a legion. Unable to remain, Malcador appointed Janus, one of the original 8, as the leader of the Grey Knights, bestowing upon him the title of Supreme Grand Master. Before departing, Malcador cast a powerful enchantment, concealing Titan within the warp, shielded by macro-Geller fields and arcane wards as the final battles of the heresy raged in real space. When Titan eventually re-emerged, the second founding was underway. Due to the distortion of time within the warp, what had been a span of years in real space had seen centuries pass on Titan. The fortress monastery returned, not with a handful of Space Marines and recruits, but with a fully trained chapter of 1,000 battle brothers. The newly formed Inquisition, directed by the same lords chosen by Malcador, secretly incorporated the Grey Knights into the roster of new chapters, designating them as Chapter 666, despite there being fewer than 400 chapters officially recognized at the time. Unlike any other chapter, the Grey Knights were embedded within the Inquisition as the chamber militant of the Ordo Malleus, tasked with the eternal mission to combat the demonic threat.
To the righteous we bring hope. To the tainted we bring fire.
The Grey Knights stand as paragons of purity and resolve, their strength of spirit and indomitable will forged in the crucible of their unique genetic legacy bestowed by the Emperor himself. Beyond mere physical prowess, it is their unwavering purity of mind and body that sets them apart, serving as the cornerstone of their formidable power. In the arsenal of the Grey Knights, their military training, potent weaponry, and powerful armor are but instruments in service of their sacred duty. Yet it is their psychic might, the ability to wield the Nemesis Force sword and resist the seductive whispers of the warp, that truly defines them. Without these gifts, a Grey Knight would be no more than a proficient, transhuman warrior, lacking the essence of his true potential. Unlike the gene seed of other Space Marine chapters, which traces its lineage through countless generations, the gene seed of the Grey Knights is a unique creation directly derived from the Emperor himself, the fabled Emperor's Gift. This unparalleled lineage endows them with a purity of soul and genetic integrity unmatched by any other warriors since the Horus Heresy. The essence of the Emperor's spirit, his ability to shape and command the Immaterium while remaining untainted by its corruption, is the sacred inheritance of the Grey Knights. It is this rare quality that renders them all but immune to the spiritual assaults of chaos, their unblemished lineage serving as a bulwark against the machinations of the warp. In the grim darkness of the far future, where even the mightiest warriors can fall to the temptations of chaos, the Grey Knights stand as beacons of incorruptibility. Each Grey Knight is a testament to the Emperor's design, a one-in-a-billion example of humanity endowed with instinctual mastery over psychic powers. With their potent gene seed and unwavering purity, they are unparalleled weapons against the forces of the warp, their souls shielded from its malevolent influence. As the Imperium learned during the dark days of the Horus Heresy, the temptations of the warp spare no one, not even the mighty Space Marines. Yet the Grey Knights remain untainted, their incorruptibility a testament to the Emperor's foresight and the resilience of their spirit. In the face of countless battles against the horrors of the warp, not a single Grey Knight has fallen to the sway of chaos, an evidence to their creator's wisdom and the purity of their purpose. For nearly a century of Standard Time, Titan has remained the clandestine bastion of the Grey Knights, concealed within the veiled depths of Saturn's domain. Amidst the celestial dance of the planet's rings, the icebound moon gleams with an ominous allure, its surface bristling with formidable orbital defenses, and a fleet of sleek, grey-hued vessels standing sentinel against the encroaching darkness. Beneath the frozen crust of Titan lies the cradle of the Grey Knights, where generations of warriors are born, trained, and laid to rest in a perpetual cycle of life and death. At the foot of Mount Anak, the towering pinnacle that pierces the moon's frigid atmosphere, stands the citadel of Titan, the revered fortress monastery of the Grey Knights. Constructed by the hand of the Emperor himself over 10 millennia ago, the citadel has withstood the ravages of time. Shrouded in the cloak of perpetual shadow, the dark spires of the citadel rise defiantly, adorned with the menacing silhouette of macro cannons and lance turrets poised to repel any intruders. It is a sight that inspires awe and dread in equal measure, a solemn reminder of the chapter's unwavering vigilance. Indeed, the existence of the citadel remains a closely guarded secret, its presence veiled from the prying eyes of those who traverse the bustling space lanes of the Sol system. Ships passing through the region steer clear of the ominous moon, heeding the unspoken warning to avoid its foreboding embrace. Within the icy corridors of the citadel, the hum of activity echoes faintly as servitors and chapter serfs labor tirelessly to maintain its operations. Amidst the labyrinthine halls, towering figures clad in the indomitable armor of the Grey Knights stride with purpose, their presence a palpable reminder of the chapter's formidable might. The citadel serves as more than just a bastion of war. It is the beating heart of the Grey Knights, a sanctuary where battle brothers find respite, engage in meditation, and hone their skills in preparation for the ceaseless battles that lie ahead. Deep within its hallowed halls lies the Librarium Demonica, a repository of forbidden knowledge dedicated to the study of demons, sorcery, and the dark arts of chaos. It stands as a bulwark against the powers of the warp, its vast archives a beacon of hope amidst the shadows. Though the citadel may stand largely silent and empty, its halls devoid of the usual bustle of activity, squads of Grey Knights are scattered across the galaxy, ever vigilant against the lurking threat of chaos. From the depths of Titan's embrace, they stand ready to confront the forces of darkness wherever they may arise. The Grey Knights, as the elite warriors dedicated to combating the tides of demonic incursion, wield a formidable array of specialized equipment unparalleled within the Imperium. Forged through ancient pacts with the Adeptus Mechanicus, the chapter possesses access to the most advanced weaponry available, ensuring their arsenal remains at the forefront of technological innovation. Moreover, through unorthodox alliances with xeno-species united against the common foe of chaos, the Grey Knights have acquired and integrated alien technology into their armaments, further enhancing their martial capabilities. Among the chapter's potent arsenal lies the Psi Cannon, a heavy weapon imbued with sacred inscriptions and blessed bolts, capable of unleashing devastation upon demonic adversaries. Complementing this is the sanctified Incinerator, infused with promethium and ritually blessed, its flames wielding unparalleled efficacy against the denizens of the warp. While Grey Knights may occasionally employ standard Space Marine weaponry, their primary armaments are the sacred Nemesis Force weapons, Finely tuned to the psychic resonance of their wielders, these weapons serve as potent instruments of destruction against the warp-spawned horrors. Crafted through ancient lore said to originate from the Emperor himself, Nemesis Force weapons are consecrated and anointed with sacred oils, their blades inscribed with religious scripts of the Imperial Creed, rendering them anathema to demons. Central to the Grey Knight's armory is the iconic Aegis armor, meticulously crafted and anointed with prayers and wards, providing unparalleled protection against both physical and psychic threats. Enhanced with Aegis warding and psychic resonance, the armor not only shields its wearer from psychic assaults, but also confounds the perception of their enemies, shrouding them in mystic obfuscation known as the Shrouding. Integrated within the Aegis armor is the formidable Stormbolter, a weapon akin to the standard Astartes variant, but imbued with psychic force-touched ammunition known as Cybolt ammunition. With their innate psychic abilities and honed combat skills, Grey Knights wield these weapons with deadly precision, seamlessly transitioning between ranged and melee combat with unmatched proficiency. Furthermore, the Grey Knight's arsenal includes enigmatic weapons such as the Silencer, a mysterious device harnessing the psychic potential of its wielder to unleash devastating energy beams, its origins shrouded in secrecy and speculation, hinting at possible Xenos influence. Through their mastery of both technology and psychic prowess, the Grey Knights stand as the Imperium's bulwark against the encroaching darkness of the warp, wielding weapons forged in the crucible of war and sanctified by the Emperor's divine will. The Grey Knights, distinguished by their unique blend of psychic prowess and combat skill, possess abilities far beyond those of standard Space Marines. Harnessing the power of the warp through their psychic talents, the Grey Knights operate on a Gestalt principle akin to the Orcs, where the collective presence of their brethren enhances the potency of their psychic abilities. In battle, this manifests as a formidable force multiplier, enabling them to unleash devastating psychic attacks and wield sorceries of unparalleled might. In addition to their psychic gifts, the Grey Knights are formidable close combat fighters, mastering the art of melee combat to a degree that few can match. Even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, these warriors emerge victorious, their martial prowess honed to perfection through rigorous training and unwavering discipline. What sets the Grey Knights apart from other psykers within the Imperium is their unique status as warriors untainted by the corrupting influence of the warp. Unlike Space Marine librarians or other psychic practitioners, the Grey Knight's powers are deemed pure and free from the taint of chaos, rendering them the sole psykers that are tolerated by certain chapters such as the Black Templars. Every Grey Knight possesses a degree of psychic ability honed through years of training on Titan, the chapter's secretive fortress monastery. While only a select few ascend to the ranks of the chapter's librarians, all Grey Knights are adept at manifesting psychic powers, especially when united with their brethren to amplify their collective psychic might. Through focused training, Grey Knights learn to channel their mental energies into potent defensive wards and devastating offensive sorceries. The most skilled among them can banish demons with a mere touch, conjure psychic shields to safeguard their allies, and unleash the raw power of the warp upon their foes. These psychic abilities have been refined over millennia of combat against the darkest threats of the galaxy, ensuring that the Grey Knights stand as unparalleled champions against the forces of chaos. With each battle fought, their mastery over the warp grows, cementing their legacy as the Imperium's foremost defenders against the ruinous powers. And that's all for today. I also kind of wanted to discuss the event where the Grey Knights made snow angels using the Sororitas' blood and guts, but apparently that has been retconned out of existence for some reason. A shame, really. I've always thought that it was a particularly hilarious event. Anyways, let me know what you think. Are the Grey Knights really the greatest bulwark humanity has against the powers of chaos? Or are they simply another tool of brutal control used by the Imperium? I genuinely wish to hear your thoughts. And as always, I wish you a fantastic week. Have a good one. Goodbye.